Shalom Yasharala, giving all praise and glory to the Most High Power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob for everything. As always, I'm going to start with Colossians 3 and 17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by Hashem Mashiach Yahushai. Giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Hashem Mashiach Yahushai. So, I was dealing with how the devil gets into people's minds and have them do what he would want them to do. As I showed you in Job, how he got into the minds of Sabians and the Chaldeans, and how the Most High sent a lion spirit down to lie to all the prophets of King Ahab, to kill him at Ramoth Gilead, so he can die. And so, we went into how the serpent told the first lie to Eve, and she related to Adam, and thinking that they're going to have powers. She's going to have powers, going to be as gods, going to be as the powers to be. And we fell from everlasting life. Most I said you could eat of the tree of life and live forever. But we chose death. He said you choose and eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The trees of men. The tree is a man. And you're going to die. See, Eve should have been talking to him in the first place. Because she belonged to Adam. But he sweet talked to him, believing those lies, that she wouldn't die. And we all died because of that. Because from what she did and what Adam did, we all died behind that. So they were kicked out of the garden. That's Genesis 3rd chapter, if you review that. In the 4th chapter, Adam and Eve had Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel because he was of that wicked seed. He allowed the devil to get into his mind. We just talking about one chapter over, from 3 to 4 of Genesis. Let the devil get into his mind. It's just like the devil got into his mama's mind, got into Adam's mind. No matter how you look at it, this is what happens. And when you operate and allow him to get in your mind, and not knowing how to rebuke the devil, like I asked you, anybody rebuke the devil today? It was silence. So people don't do that. When you say rebuke the devil, he shall flee. So you want the devil to be with you, because you ain't rebuking him. And rebuke him in Hebrew is power than ever. It works. So you should already know that, to be able to do that. So once we looking at Cain killed Abel, he was ran out of the garden to go to the mountains of Nod. And then we had the people operating under that spirit of murderous Cain, populating the earth with wickedness, the majority of the people being wicked. And now what happened? Most I got tired of everybody being so wicked. I mean, just wickedness everywhere. So the Messiah destroyed the earth with the flood. Because of the wickedness of man. What they were doing. In wickedness. Over and over again. Most I said, man, he regretted that he even made man. Can you imagine that? The Most High told us in the beginning, he said, all you need is me. He said, all you need is me. All you need is me. And I'll make sure that you have everything that you can imagine. Like we're waiting for it now. Most plenteousness. Sad. But no. We want to be like the other nations. The other people that was on the earth. And that's why we're in the situation we're in now. So let's go to the Most High destroyed everybody but Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and their wives. 8 people in the flood. In the flood. And the Most High told himself this. Go to Genesis, the 9th chapter. And verse 12. And the Most High said, this is the token of the covenant, which is the contract or agreement, which I make between me and you, and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations. This is what he said. I do set my bow in the cloud. This is the rainbow that we see in the cloud. And it shall be for a token of a covenant or contract between me and the earth. So he put that rainbow in the sky. He said it'll be for a token between the Most High and the earth. And it shall come to pass when I bring a cloud over the earth, when you see a rainbow in the sky over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud. The bow gonna be seen in the cloud. And I will remember my covenant. Just a reminder, Most High said, I will remember my covenant, my contract, my agreement, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. And the waters shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. Now, you know, he's not going to destroy the earth with water, which is a purifying element. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between the Most High and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth. And the Most High said it unto Noah, this is the token of the covenant or the contract or the agreement which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth. And the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem and Ham and Japheth. And Ham is the father of Canaan. Okay? So now, when you look at continually, it says, these are the 3 sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread, from Shem, Ham, and Japheth. 3 men coming from Noah, descendants of Adam, right? So when people look at abundance of people that the Most High need, you don't need abundance of people. He told Moses, I'll make a nation out of you, Moses. John the Baptist said Most High could raise up some stones to be his people. This ways and thoughts, and not our ways and thoughts. That's why it's a time, and a high time for us to really come out of this prideful spirit thinking that you are all that. And you ain't made it to the kingdom yet. Or tell me what number you are of the 144,000. What tribe, what gate you going into? Or what number are you of the 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel that's going to make it? If you may. So a lot of y'all got high minds. You already put yourself in the kingdom. Most High said, dare not make thyself one of the number. You see here? 3 men and 3 women populated the whole earth. Don't get beyond yourself. Say the righteous scarcely gonna be saved. And we in those days now, y'all. Counting down the minutes. And Noah began to be an husbandman, a farmer, and he planted a vineyard, and he drank of the wine, and was drunken, and he was uncovered with his tent. And Ham, father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his two brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment, and laid it upon both their shoulders, and went backwards and covered the nakedness of their father. And their faces were backwards, and they saw not their father's nakedness. Because that's against the law. You're not supposed to be walking around naked amongst your children. So they took the towel and they walked backwards to cover him up. They never seen the nakedness of his father. And Noah woke up from his wine and knew what his younger son had done unto him. And he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. Cursed be Canaan, not Ham, but Canaan. A servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. And he said, Blessed be the Most High power of Shem. See, we from Shem, Yasharallah, 12 tribes of Israel. Say, Blessed be the Most High power of Shem. And Canaan shall be his servant. Say, Most High shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem. And Canaan shall be his servant. The Hamites going to be the servants. And Noah lived after the flood 350 years. And all the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died. 950 years. Almost like he gave us a time period of 120, then it went down to 70 70 years. After that, you're really blessed. So let's go into Genesis, the 10th chapter. And we're going to look at verse 6, Genesis 10 and 6. It says, and the sons of Ham, Cush, and Mizraim, and Put, and Canaan. Now remember, it said, Cursed be who? Canaan. Right? We just read that. So, even when you look up Ham in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, it says Ham figures probably say Ham was generally of the dark races, not the Negroes. Not the Negroes. You see? But just what we see it. Here, the sons of Ham, Cush, and Mizraim, and Put, and Canaan. Cush, Ethiopians, Mizraim, Egyptians, Put, North Africans, and Canaan, South Africans, Mandela's people. And the sons of Cush, Sheba, and Havilah, and Habtar, and Ramah, and Sabtashah, and the sons of Ramah, Sheba, and Dedan, and Cush begat Nimrod. Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth. Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Most High. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Most High, right? Remember, the eyes of the Most High are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. The Most High chose Shem. He didn't choose Ham. But he's letting you know that Nimrod, he was a mighty hunter before the Most High. He was a mighty hunter before the Most High. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Most High. Right? So, just look at Micah, the 5th chapter, and the 6th verse. Micah 5 and 6. Nimrod is this mighty hunter. What was he hunting? Micah 5 and 6. And they shall waste the land of Assyria with the sword, and the land of Nimrod and the entrances thereof. Thus shall he deliver us from the Assyrian when he cometh into our land, and when he treadeth into our borders. And the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people, as the dew from the Most High, as the showers upon the grass, that tarrieth not for man, nor waiteth for the sons of men. The remnant of the seed of Jacob shall be among many people. But you understand, this is our land. The Most High gave us all that land. You know, it's our land. From the Syrian, when he cometh into our land was broad. Very, very broad. When you look at Genesis 10 and 19, it says, and the border of the Canaanites was from Sidon, as thou comest to Jigar, unto Gaza, as thou goest up Sodom and Gomorrah and Admah and Zebulun, even unto Lasha. All these different lands, you can look at ancient maps and you can see our borders was we had a lot of land. We have a lot of land that the Most High has given us, you see. And looking at this, Nimrod, like it says in verse 9 of Genesis 10th chapter, he was a mighty hunter before the Most High. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Most High. So let's look at Micah 7 and 2. Micah 7 and 2. The good man is perished out of the earth. So the good man is perished out of the earth. And there is none upright among men. They all lie in wait for blood. They all lie in wait for blood of men to kill people. They hunt every man his brother with a net. Hear that? They hunt every man with his brother with a net. That's the hunter that Nimrod was. Hunting men and putting them in captivity under the Babylonians, that they may do evil with both hands earnestly. The prince asketh, and the judge asketh for a reward. Everybody looking for money. Something out of this. And the great man, he uttereth his mischievous desire. So they wrap it up. The best of them is as a briar. The most upright is sharper than a thorn edge. The day of the watchman and thy visitation cometh. Now shall be their perplexity. This coming. So now, going back to Jeremiah 16 and 16. Just so you know, Nimrod was a mighty hunter, right? This prophecy to happen too. Jeremiah 16, 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers. Fishers. As we are now. Trying to wake up our people to come out of this darkness of this world and come back to the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua, and the Spirit, to be able to bring forth this truth into your life. Learn it, to live it, and apply it in your life every day when the book is closed. Behold, I will send for many fishers, and said the Most High, and they shall fish them. That's why you see the Hebrew Israelite movement is, I'll say our nation being coming out of the darkness to realize who we are. Realize we got the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, having faith in him, calling on him, keeping his commandments, teaching our people such. Behold, I will send for many fishers, said the Most High, and they shall fish them. And after, it ain't but so long that you're going to be able to hear this truth coming out, trying to wake you up. Because after, will I send for many hunters. Hunters. That's why you're looking at Nimrod being a hunter, and he's out there, hunting game and so forth. Yeah, he was, but he hunted men. Listen. And after will I send for many hunters. And they shall hunt them from every mountain, every kingdom, and from every hill, every small kingdom, and out of the holes of the rock, knowing that they're going to run up in the mountains. They got their underground bunkers. That's why he said, out of the holes of the rock. For mine eyes are upon all their ways. Most High's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of man, even the secret parts, even the secret things. That's why he said, for mine eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hid from my face, neither is their iniquity, their wickedness, their sins hid from mine eyes. See? So, this is what we're looking at. Nimrod. His name been changed to many different names, but it's still going back to Nimrod, who came after Cain, who was dealing with, before Cain did what he did, he was dealing with the serpent, getting into his mind, having to be wicked. Going back to Genesis 10, verse 9. He was a mighty hunter, talk about Nimrod, before the Most High. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Most High. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babal, which in the Hebrew is Babal, which means confusion. You got to remember this because it's going to come all the way around to where we at now. The beginning of his kingdom is called Babal. Babylon. Babal. Confusion. And Erech and Akkad and Calneh in the land of Shinar, Babylon. See? So, when we look at this, more and more, we see that wickedness was all in the earth. Look at Genesis 6. In verse 10. And Noah begat 3 sons, as we went over before, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth also was corrupt before the Most High. Hear that? The earth was corrupt before the Most High, like the earth is corrupt before us right now in our eyes. Most High looking down upon the sinful kingdoms. The earth also was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence. Sound familiar? Earth was filled with violence. We in Genesis, the beginning. And the Most High looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt. For all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And the Most High said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me. For the earth is filled with violence through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Then he told him to start making his ark. 80 years he made that ark. It's going to rain. Repent. Like we hollering and screaming. Repent. Be baptized by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua in the name of the Lord and Savior. Keep the commandments of the Most High. Fear the Most High. Be afraid of him. Be scared of him. Or he going to burn you up. He said, I'm going to melt you from your head to your toe. And I'm going to bring you back again, he said, and I'm going to melt you over and over and over and over again. You're going to never stop feeling the pain. And you're going to have those that's going to have peace and harmony and joy and never ever cry again in the kingdom. Those are choices you have, life or death. We chose death from the beginning. And you've been born in the world of death. But you're trying to make it live. Because you see what everything is. This is what happened. Everybody, they're looking at what everybody's doing. And then you want to join them and what they're doing, you're going to burn. That's why everybody here died. Except for Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and Noah and their wives. 8 people. Because the Most High said, look, the earth was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence. Like it's happening right now. Wars everywhere. It's going to escalate. It's going to get worse and worse, y'all. Why the Most High destroyed it. Because of the wickedness and because of the violence on the earth. And that's what we're looking at right now. In our time. That's why it's important that we find a way to be able to come out of her. That's why you understand how you can allow the devil to be in your mind and you be normal. Because you think like them. They have you thinking like them. You looking at media, what they put on the media to entertain yourself. You ain't in the Bible enough to be able to know that. The most I can say, oh, that's one of my servants. Because they done study. They know what they're supposed to know. You got all these people going outside the Bible before they even deal with the Bible. And the Bible tells you this. Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out of the book of the Most High. That's this Bible. And read. Read. No one of these shall fail. No one of these shall fail. Any other book, it might fail. But no one of these shall fail. And you understand it's been tampered with. But the Most High in these last days has showed us, okay, that was added. Don't deal with that. You know, like y'all talking about amen. Y'all done said all the prayers long as ever and crying out to the Most High, who you think you're crying out to. And in the end, you give homage to Amun-Ra. Sad. That's the last thing you out acknowledge. And they put it in there. Because it's all Babylonian type of and Hamite type of or so-called African type of religions. Look at the dollar bill. You got a dollar bill, look at the back of the dollar bill. We talking about in America. The pyramids, where they come from? Where the pyramids at? Over there in Egypt. You got all the Babylonian types of sorcery and witchcraft. Everything that you looking at is from where we reading from Nimrod, Semiramis, his mother / wife, and Tammuz, their son. Had a son by his mother. That's your Trinity. All the way back here. They done disguise everything to fool everyone. Now you got all these different doctrines coming out right now. You better understand, Mosiah said, seek ye out of the book of the Mosiah and read. And read. That's why go to the last book of the Bible, Revelation 1 and 3. First chapter, the 3rd verse. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein. For the time is at hand. You hear that? The time is at hand. Some of you think you just gonna lollygag and just keep on. The world ain't gonna never be the same as it was. It's gonna get worse and worse. Then the Most High gonna make it like, oh, it's better. Then he gonna come like a thief in the night. Y'all still trying to roll in the world like it's normal. It's not normal. This ain't no normal world. Ain't gonna ever be normal again. Isaiah 34 and 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Most High. That's this Bible. And read. No one of these shall fail. Hear that? No one of these prophecies gonna fail. None shall want her mate. So what book you gonna match with the Bible? None shall want her mate. I mean, you can't match no book with the Bible. Bring them. And we'll see if they match up with the Bible. We're gonna ask a question. I know it's all kind of topics here of how we supposed to live our life. It says, no one shall want her mate. You can't match no book with the Bible. For my mouth it have commanded, and his spirit it have gathered them. So you got a lot of books. That's why the scriptures tell you also, you know, and we can look at other books. Once you know this Bible, I can look at anything. Because I know it's got to coincide with the Bible. If it preaches up with the Bible for what it is that the Bible says, yeah, okay. And not those things that's been added either. Listen. Ecclesiastes 12 and 12. And further, by these, my son, be admonished, of making many books there is no end, and much study is a weariness of the flesh. That's what's going to happen. Much study is the weariness of the flesh. So now you go in these books and make sure you can find this. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Let's hear the conclusion of the whole matter of everything. Fear the Most High. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments. His commandments that he gave us. 613 commandments are in what book? 613 commandments are in what book? They say, fear the Most High and keep his commandments. What 613 commandments, moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws, and what book? Keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. Whole duty of man. Why? He said, for Most High shall bring every work into judgment. He's going to bring every work into judgment. Everything that we've done in these mortal bodies, he's going to bring to judgment. We all going to stand as individuals. Not with your family member at all, but as individuals before the Most High. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, everything that you've done that you think you got away with, or that we thought we got away with. When the book is closed, that's a secret thing. Oh, nobody see me. Whether it be good, secret thing that you've done that's good, keeping the laws of the Most High, believing in the Most High, or whether it be evil, you sin against what you're supposed to know and what's right. See, there's no excuse once you've been called to do wrong and then say, I didn't know. There's no excuse. There's no excuse for us then. Because we have means to find out what we need to know. Because it's right here. And most times people ask a question, I can say, go to this topic. Go to that topic. Go to here it is right here. Look at this lesson. And it's laid out for you already. And many other, men of the Most High have brought it forth. It's already laid out on this earth. It's just a matter of where you at. That's why he say, fear the Most High and keep his commandments. Where's his commandments at? 613 laws, where they at? In what books? That's why I say no book can match with the Bible. So if you learn the Bible, and I'm just saying because this is what I was taught. And therefore I try and teach whoever it is that's going to listen this Bible. And with the Bible, I'm going to bring in books that's going to correlate with what you've learned from the Bible. Not from whatever they saying. But if you don't correlate with the Bible, then you better question it. Did the Most High's mouth create it? Because usually those books have an author, some man name on it. What author is of this Bible? You see it published by someone, but we just said the Most High said his mouth had created it. And man has put his little, madness into it to have you believe certain things and try to follow these religions that has been set up. All of them come from the Catholic Church. I don't care what religion it is. They all come from the Catholic Church. And they try and say that Peter set it up. Peter ain't set nothing up. Peter was gone in 65 AD, 65 to 70 AD. When we fell, he was gone. So y'all talk about that Peter is the one that set up the church. He was gone. They hung him upside down. He was gone in the wars with the Romans and all the nations that was joined with them that brought us down in 70 AD. You see, that's real simple, isn't it? I mean, Constantine, his wicked butt set up the Catholic Church, beginning of it, changing the Sabbath from the 7th day to the 1st day, because the pagans worship on the sun, that day of the sun, worshiping the sun. That's why they call it that day, the 1st day of the week. Worshiping of the sun. And going all the way back to who we talking about here, Nimrod. Semiramis' son / wife. You see? So we're subject to all of this. That's why you got to know our story as we were involved with these other nations. Looking at Nimrod. He came after the flood. Here it come. The wicked people was before the flood. The Most High got rid of them. They was corrupting the whole earth. Here come Nimrod. You're going to see. All you do is take a comparison. And when you compare it, you say, wow, it's the same thing. Look at the back of a dollar bill. Just look at the back of a dollar bill and you'll see. It's still just same vibration. Let's go to Genesis 11 chapter. And the whole earth was of one language. Hear that? And of one speech. The Most High created everyone with the same language. Can you imagine that? Everybody spoke the same language. So everybody could communicate with each other, having the same language, which is Hebrew. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, Babylon, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, go to, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone and slime had they for mortar. Sound familiar? Like we had to deal with in Egypt. With some Mohamites, right? They took all our provisions to be able to make the bricks. So you got to still create the same amount in slavery that you did when we were able to give you what you needed to make the bricks. We had to go find it ourselves. Hard bondage. Same thing you see here. This is before then though. And they said, go to, let us build us a city and tower, whose top may reach under heaven, and let us make us a name, see? This from the rule of Nimrod. Let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. Say they're going to build this tower up to heaven. Why? Why? Just in case the Most High flood the earth again, they can run up in this tower, and be higher than the water can come. Higher than the level of the water. But the Most High already said, what did he say? He's going to put the rainbow in the sky to remind himself that he's not going to flood the earth anymore. He's bringing fire. That purifying element, fire upon the earth. But see, that shows you how they didn't know. They're going to build this tower whose top may reach into heaven. See, that top may reach into heaven. And let us make us a name. See, that's the whole thing. Let us make us a name. A name. Lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And the Most High came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of men built it. Not the children of the Most High, but the children of men built it. You got the children of the Most High. You got who are the children, are the sons of the Most High, the sons of the Most High. You got the children of men. You got the children of the wicked. Listen, and the Most High said, behold, the people is one. And they have all one language. And this they began to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. You see that? The people are one. Now, let's go to the Greek Empire. In Maccabees, like I say. Before I go there, let's read this. So you understand. You know, maybe it'll click in your mind that, oh, this is new? Nah, ain't nothing new. Nothing new. Go to Ecclesiastes, verse 9. And first chapter, verse 9. It said, the thing that has been, it is that which shall be. The thing that has happened in the past, it is that which is going to happen in the future. And that which is done is that which shall be done. That which is done now is something that's going to be done in the future. And there is no new thing under the sun. Hear that? There's no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It had been already of old time, which was before us. You see? already of old time, which was before us. Now, I tell you, there's no remembrance of former things. So you can't remember who you were in the past. There's no remembrance of former things. So anybody tell you that they are this person, they are that person, you can't remember. How somebody else going to remember? Come on. There's no remembrance of former things. Neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. Hear that? You're not going to remember who you were in this lifetime and you come back again, or if you was somebody you was before you came here this time. There's no remembrance of former things. It's saying. That's why they asked John the Baptist, are you the spirit of Elijah? He said no, because there's no remembrance of former things. But Hamashiach knew that he was the spirit of Elijah, because he said it. He said, those that have ears to hear, let them hear. But Sadducee spirit, he's not going to accept that. He don't believe that. I just went there to show you that there's nothing new under the sun, right? So now let's go into the Greek Empire. We're going to go back and forth, but we got to go into the Greek Empire. First Maccabees, the first chapter. And this is in the Apocrypha. This is the Apocrypha. It's in the Bible. It's between Malachi and Matthew. That's why Malachi, the fourth chapter, the fifth and sixth verse ends. Then you got that blank page. With that blank page, this is what should be there. The book of Maccabees in the Apocrypha. It's in the Bible. It's in the Holy Bible. I got it right here. So you notice a King James 611 Bible, original King James 611 Bible, and you open up the table of contents, and you'll see that it's right there for what I'm doing. It's just the process took it out of the original King James Bible. Why they call it the hidden books. They're not hidden anymore because we have them. Nothing here that shall not come to the light. Bear with me because there's a lot of pages before you get there. Oh, here it is. You see here it says the book of the Apocrypha. It's in the middle right there. You see first and second Maccabees. So this is the original King James Bible. It's in it. That's why people that go to church, they not exposed to a lot of things because they believe what the Catholic Church said, that it's not canon, it's not the truth, when it is. Listen. Now let me ask you a question. Who is it that took down the Persian and Mede Empire? See, a lot of you don't know anything about history. You don't know enough about history, but you got to know history because the Bible is a history book. And that's what we're looking at. When you look at Malachi, you're in the Persian and Mede Empire. You got that blank page that's missing, which should be the Greek Empire. Then when you come to Matthew, you're in the Roman Empire. So the Greeks took down the Persian and Mede, not the Romans, but the Greeks. So where is that at? Real slick. But they ain't slick enough because here we got it. We got it right here in the Apocrypha. So we're going to first Maccabees. And we're here because it was saying that all the people are going to be one. Like I said, most I say all the people are one. They're in agreement together, right? So